Yung dalawa ko pang anak, muli, maraming salamat sa inyong lahat na sumubaybay ng ating vlog bilang isang citizen bongbong. At siguro, ang susunod na natin pagkikita ay sumumpa na ako bilang pag-ingat po tayo ngayon. Sa ganun, hindi na natin kailangan ng mas, magiging mas libo lang ang ating pagkakali.
Guys, once again, thanks for watching our dad's vlog. If you want to see more, remember to share.
Mabuhay po kayo at ipinakita niyo muli ang galing na ang Pilipino ay napakagaling. Job well done sa inyo lahat. Mga production crew, streaming team, operations, staff ng mga headquarters at ihit ng hangin. Si Sandro na nagpamahagi ng kanyang oras kahit may suporta ang aking mga kapatid. At siyempre sa mother ko dahil siya laging nagbibigay ng payo. Lagi namin pinapakinggan ng kanyang payo dahil lagi namin siya tama. At lahat ko ito, ito lang ang aming maisusunod. Hindi namin kayo. Sa aking napakarang na kababayan, patuloy pa rin po kami humihingi ng atensyon sa inyong lahat. At laging tandaan na sa ating pagkakaisa at pagmamahal sa ating bansa, tiyak sama-sama tayong papang. Patuloy ang tinatawag natin transition period. Yan ang story dito. Siya ang pinakapag-uusapan kung ano yung edad.
Para sa pagkakaisa. At mararamdaman po natin kung tayo ay tuluyang magmahal sa isa't isa. Kung tayo ay tuluyang magmahal sa Pilipinas, sama-sama.
Natatahakin pa nating landas bilang isang bansa. Hindi namin kayo ibibigay.
President-elect Ferdinand Marcos Jr. Let us all rise for the Philippine National Anthem.
Bayang magiliw, perlas ng silanganan, alab ng puso, sa dibdib mo'y buhay. Lupang hinirang, duyan ka ng magiting, sa manlulupig, di ka pasisiil. Sa dagat at bundok, sa simoy at sa langit mong baghaw, may dilag ang tula at awit sa paglayang minamahal. Ang islap ng matawat mo'y tagumpay na nagdidingin. Ang bituin at araw niya kailan pa may di magdidilim. Lupa ng araw ng ating pagsitan, mo'y ilagit sa piling mo. Aming ligaya dapat mo'y mga api, ang mamatay lang dahil sa'yo.
Please remain standing for the ecumenical prayer.
At pag-atake sa impapawid ng Philippine Air Force. Ang FA-50PH bilang air asset ay pinangangasiwaan ng ating 5th Fighter Wing, the home of the country's frontline fighters and jet traders. Nangunguna po sa ating parada ang pinagsamang banda ng Sandatahang Lakas ng Pilipinas. Dumaraan po sa ating harapan ang commander ng tropa, Major General Jonas R. Lumawag, Philippine Navy Marines. Ang unang brigada sa kasuotang gala ay nasa pamumuno ni Brigadier General Alvin P. Flores, Army. Ang unang batalyon ay binubuo ng Corps ng mga kadete ng Sandatahang Lakas ng Pilipinas na pinangungunahan ni Cadet First Class Edmond D. Logroño. Mula sa prestiyosong Philippine Military Academy, ang mga ginuot binibining ito ang mamamahala sa iba't ibang sangay ng Sandatahang Lakas. Ikinikintahan sa kanilang puso't isipan ng kagitingan, integridad at katapatan. Sila na sa hinaharap ay magiging kaagapay sa pagsusulong ng kapayapaan at kaunlaran ng bansa. Sumusunod ang batalyon ng mga kadete mula sa kilalang Philippine National Police Academy sa pangunguna ni Cadet Second Class Joshua R. Pulido. Hinuhubog ang karakter ng mga kadeteng ito upang mamuno sa hinarap ng nananaig ang paglilingkod, karangalan at justisya, gayon din bilang makadiyos, responsable at respetadong mga public safety officers. Mangyaring tumayo po ang lahat para sa pagdating ng watawat ng Pilipinas. mangyayaring magsiyup muna ang lahat. Ating natutunghayan ang mga sagisag mula sa sandatahang lakas, pambansang pulisya at sa tanod baybayin ng Pilipinas. Ang pangalawang brigada sa kanilang kasuotang battle dress attire ay pinamumunuan ni Brigadier General Joanes Leonardo P. Maano ng Air Force. Sumusunod ang batalyon ng Special Operations Forces ng sandatahang lakas sa pangunguna ni Commander Ray R.G. Habonete ng Navy. Binubuo ang batalyon ng Scout Rangers Special Forces ng Philippine Army, Naval Special Operations Group ng Philippine Navy at 7th Special Operations Wing ng Philippine Air Force. Sila mga piling individual na ang kasanayan ay sa iba't ibang larangan at nakakaangat lalo na sa mga espesyal na operasyon. Narito naman ang batalyon na binubuo ng kapulisan at tanod baybayin na pinamumunuan ni Police Lieutenant Colonel Joseph C. Bayan. Ang ating kapulisan na ang tanod baybayin ay nakatuon sa Maritime Search and Rescue, Maritime Law Enforcement, Maritime Safety, Marine Environmental Protection at Maritime Security. Tunghayan natin ang mga sasakyan at gamit pandigma ng sandatahang lakas ng Pilipinas, pambansang pulisya ng Pilipinas at tanod baybayin ng Pilipinas, gayon din ang mga tauhang kabilang sa mga espesyal na unit, kasama na din po ang pansuportang unit. Nangunguna ang mga espesyal na unit ng sandatahang lakas ng Pilipinas. Nariyan po ang Explosive Ordnance and Disposal Units, kabilang na rin po ang Chemical, Biological, and Radiological Nuclear Teams. Sumusunod naman po ang Kia Light Tactical Vehicle.
And by virtue thereof, to proclaim Ferdinand Bongbong Romualdez Marcos Jr. as the duly elected President of the Republic of the Philippines, and Sara Zimmerman Duterte as the duly elected Vice President of the Republic of the Philippines.
Taas ang kanang kamay at wikain ang mga sumusunod. Ako, si Ferdinand Romualdez Marcos Jr.
Si Ferdinand Romualdez Marcos Jr.
ay
mataimtim na nanunumpa.
Natutuparin ko ng buong katapatan at sigasig.
Natutuparin ko ng buong katapatan at sigasig
ang aking mga tungkulin bilang Pangulo ng Pilipinas.
Nangangalagaan
Excellencies, ladies and gentlemen, the President of the Republic of the Philippines, President Ferdinand Marcos Jr.
Excellency David Hurley, Governor General of Australia, and First Lady Linda Hurley, Their Excellencies, Special Envoys, and Heads of Delegations, His Excellency, Most Reverend Charles John Brown, and the esteemed members of the Diplomatic Corps, Vice President Sara Duterte, President Fidel Ramos, President Joseph Ejercito Estrada, President Gloria Macapagal Arroyo, Senate President Vicente Soto III, and the honorable members of the Philippine Senate, and the honorable justices of the Supreme Court, of course, First Lady Lisa Araneta, and my children, Alexander, Sandro, Simon, and Vincent. I cannot proceed without a special greeting, of course, to the former First Lady. Other distinguished guests, ladies and gentlemen, my friends, ang aking minamahal na mga kababayan, magandang tanghali po sa inyong lahat. This is a historic moment for us all. I feel it deep within me. You, the people, have spoken, and it is resounding. When my call for unity started to resonate with you, it did so because it echoed your yearnings, mirrored your sentiments, and expressed your hopes for family, for country, and for a better future. That is why it reverberated and amplified as it did, to deliver the biggest electoral mandate in the history of Philippine democracy. By your vote, you rejected the politics of division. I offended none of my rivals in this campaign. I listened instead to what they were saying. And I saw little incompatibility with my own ideas about jobs, pushing forward, not pulling each other back, out of fear, out of a misplaced sense of weakness. But we are the furthest from weak. The Filipino diaspora flourishes even in the most inhospitable times, where they are valued for their quality. The changes we seek will benefit all and will shortchange no one. I was not the instrument of change. You were that. You made it happen. I am now. You picked me to be your servant, to enable changes to benefit all. I fully understand the gravity of the responsibility that you've put on my shoulders. I do not take it lightly, but I am ready for the task. I will need your help. I want to rely on it, but rest assured I do not predicate success on the wide cooperation that's needed. I will get it done. I once knew a man who saw what little had been achieved since independence, in a land of people with the greatest potential for achievement, and yet they were poor. But he got it done, sometimes with the needed support, sometimes without. So will it be with his son. You will get no excuses from me. I am here not to talk about the past. I am here to tell you about our future. A future of sufficiency, even plenty, of readily available ways and means to get done what needs doing. By you, by me. We do not look back, but ahead. Up the road that we must take to a place better than the one we lost in the pandemic. Gains made and lost, opportunities missed, well-laid plans superseded by the pandemic. Indeed, ours was the fastest growing economy in ASEAN by ways now outdated. We shall be again by a radical change in the way the world must now work to recover what we have lost in that fire and move on from there. We face prospects of the spread of the war abroad, of which we are totally blameless. We seek friendship with all. But countries like ours will bear the brunt of it. And if the great powers draw the wrong lessons from the ongoing tragedy in Ukraine, the same dark prospect of conflict will spread to our part of the world. Yet, there is more out there. Like going forward by new ways of doing that the pandemic forces to adopt. A stronger resilience, quicker adaptability. They are our best prevention. They are our best protection. Tumble campaign of a breadth and intensity never experienced revealed some of them, such as the willingness to listen despite the noise, the hesitation to quarrel over differences, and to never, ever give up hope of reconciliation. These gave me the peace to ponder deeper. There are hints of a road not taken that could get us out of here quicker, to something better, something less fragile. There is also what you, the people, did to cope. But this time empowered by new techniques and more resources. You got by, getting some of what you needed with a massive government help. And for this, I thank my predecessor for the courage of his hard decisions. But there is a way to put more means and choices in your hands. I trust the Filipino. Imagine how much more you'd achieve if government backstops instead of dictating your decisions. Always there to pick you up when you fall, giving what you need to get past a problem. Imagine if it invested in your self-empowerment to bring it closer to taking on whatever challenges come. Imagine a country that, in almost every sense, is you. Now imagine what you and government can achieve together. We did it in the pandemic. We will do it again. But again, I will not predicate my promise to you on your cooperation. You have your own lives to live, your work to do, and there too I will help. Government will get as much done alone without requiring more from you. That is what government and public officials are for. No excuses, just deliver. It was like that once upon a time. I did not talk much in this campaign. I did not bother to think of rebutting my rivals. Instead, I searched for promising approaches better than the usual solutions. I listened to you. I did not lecture you who has the biggest stake in our success. And the forthcoming State of the Nation will tell you exactly how we shall get this done. In this fresh chapter of our history, I extend my hand to all Filipinos. Come, let us put our shoulders, not seriously tried by rich countries. Again, consider the response of the richest countries to the war in Ukraine. But surely, a free world awash with oil can assure supplies. Or we will find a way. We are not far from oil and gas reserves that have already been developed. Let us give OFWs all the advantages we can for them to survive and to thrive. Our teachers from elementary up are heroes fighting ignorance with poor paper weapons. We are condemning the future of our race to menial occupations abroad. Then they are exploited by traffickers. Once we had an education system that prepared coming generations for more and better jobs. There is hope for a comeback. Vice President and soon-to-be Secretary of Education, Sara Duterte Carpio, will fit that mission to a T. We won't be caught unprepared, under-equipped, and understaffed to fight the next pandemic. To start with, we never got over the pandemic of poor, if any, free public health. The last major upgrade of a public health system, exemplified by the resources poured into PGH, predates the current shambles by 3 generations. Our nurses are the best in the world. They acquitted themselves with the highest distinction abroad, having suffered even the highest casualties. With the same exemplary dedication at home, they just got by. They are out there because we cannot pay them for the same risk and workload that we have back here. There will be changes starting tomorrow. Of course, I have an outlet in my cabinet. There were shortcomings in the COVID response. We will fix them. Out in the open. No more secrets in public health. Remember, I speak from experience. I was among the first to get COVID. It was not a walk in the park. My father built more and better roads, produced more rice than all administrations before this. Presidential of this country is not exhausted. Following these giant steps, we will continue to build. I will complete on schedule the projects that have been started. I'm not interested in taking credit. I want to build on success that's already happening. We will be presenting the public with a comprehensive infrastructure plan. 6 years could be just about enough time. No part of our country will be neglected. Progress will be made wherever there are Filipinos, so no investment is wasted. The recovery of Philippine tourism with its emphasis on accessing nature's beauty, I am sure will exceed expectations. And bigger is not always better, but there's something to be said for economies of scale. And yet the country invites investments in fast-rising industries with quick returns and inflicts irreparable damage for future generations. We have yet to see large-scale practical solutions to pollution, though some are beginning to emerge. But there are tried and proven new ways of mitigation. Blades have been turning over the sand dunes of Ilocos Norte, harnessing a power all around but unseen long before this day. I built them. The rich and lack of adaptation. We will look to our partners and friends to help the Philippines, who, despite having a very small carbon footprint, is at the highest risk. First, spare victims, then help them recover, and move on to lessen the harmful impact of climate change. We too have our part to play. We are the third biggest plastics polluter in the world. But we won't shirk from that responsibility. We will clean up. You will not be disappointed, so do not be afraid. With every difficult decision that I must make, I will keep foremost in my heart and in my mind the debt of gratitude I owe you for the honor and responsibility that you have conferred on me. Whatever is in a person to make changes for the better of others, I lay before you now in my commitment. I will try to spare you. You have your other responsibilities to carry. But I will not spare myself from shedding the last bead of sweat or giving the last. And if you ask me why I am so confident of the future, I will answer you simply that I have 110 million reasons to start with. Such is my faith in the Filipinos. Believe, have hope. The sun also rises like it did today and as it will tomorrow. And as surely as that, we will achieve the country all Filipinos deserve. God bless the Philippines. God bless our world. Maraming salamat po sa inyong lahat. Mabuhay ang Pilipinas. Magandang tanghali po.
Excellencies, ladies and gentlemen, the President of the Republic of the Philippines, President Ferdinand Marcos Jr.
First Lady Liza Araneta Marcos, Ferdinand Alexander Sandro Marcos, Joseph Simon Marcos, and William Vincent Marcos.
Request Vice President Sara Duterte to join the first family. And Senate President Vicente Soto III to join the first family. May we now request Madam Imelda R. Marcos, Senator Amy Marcos, and Ms. Irene Marcos Araneta to join the first family.